अमीशा सेंटर इधर अमीशा जी यहाँ पे रुक जाओ
The Sex and Relationship Annual Special Edition with none other than the cover. Hi Amisha, how are you feeling today?
Well, as usual, it's always a pleasure to be the cover girl for Maxim. And this being my third time, I think a lot of people are happy that I'm on the cover.
Absolutely, that is for sure. Now, Amisha, I'd also like to invite on stage Mr. Vivek Parekh, who's the editor of Maxim magazine. Now, I have to tell you, this magazine cover has been on television, it's been in the newspaper, it has been absolutely everywhere. And Amisha, it is time for you to unveil the cover right here today. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the unveiling of the Sex and Relationship Annual Edition. Mr. Ranjan Mohan, the director and head of AK Ansel. RK Some questions.
I'm always ready.
Okay, since you are the definition of sexy here tonight, I have to ask you, how do you define sexy?
I think sexy is an attitude. Sexy is in your smile. Definitely sexy is about being fit and being comfortable in your skin. But sexiness is an attitude, for sure.
And how would you describe Maxim?
I think Maxim is maximum sexy. And I think the name suits it because it's Maxim. And it has defined sexiness with a lot of class rather than just in your face. It's got a lot of sensuality, it's got a lot of it doesn't expect a woman to be skinny. It's more about a woman being a woman, having the curves in the right place, and also focusing a lot on her face. You know, and that's what's really beautiful about it.
And when you feel Maxim ready, what does that mean?
It means you're ready for a hot shoot like this.
I like the sound of that. What's the experience like shooting thrice with Maxim now?
Wow. The first time was about I think 7 years ago, and I was terribly nervous because I hadn't gotten out of my cute, bubbly girl next door image to break into my sexy diva image. And I was actually very apprehensive about shooting it, and Maxim insisted. They said, you know, we've been getting a lot of SMSs and calls and requests that we want Amisha on your cover, we want Amisha on your cover. And I kept delaying it, and I said, no. And I remember with dread, I woke up with fear that morning that I was shooting for this, and was I Maxim ready? And the cover turned out really, really nice, and so did the inside interview and the pictures. And I was told that they never repeat a Maxim cover girl again. And I got a call in 2008 again, and this time they said, you know, by popular demand, the men want you back on the cover. And I was like, wow, you know, and they said that, Amisha, you got to believe it, that the first Maxim that you were on was completely a sellout. So we'd like you on the cover again. And at that point, I was doing this film called Thora Pyar Thora Magic, which had this very sexy song called Lazy Lamhe. And I thought it would be a great thing for me to club it with Maxim coming out at that same time. And I did that shoot with Tabu, And it was very different because it was more of night suits and cute pajamas and bed sheets and it was very baby dollish. And then again I get a call now in 2013 that by popular demand they want you back again. So and this time it's for the anniversary issue, which is not going to be on the stands for 1 month, 2 months, but 3 months. And I was like, oh my god, that's a lot of pressure and a lot of magazines to sell. So, but it's exciting. And I think I arrived for this shoot even more nervous than I had the first time. Because it being one of their special editions and a huge issue and all that, I was like, look, I better be bloody good. And the results are for everyone to see and judge now.
You look bloody good.
Thank you.
Definitely a picture of Maxim. What do you think here? Because
That's
we all
not
know what
me.
we're thinking.
I'm like, that's not me. Where is this duplicate that's roaming around? Find her.
We love it, and that's why you've come 3 times now for the
Yes.
cover of Maxim.
That's good, yeah.
And last of all, I have to ask you, what is it that makes Maxim the what is it that makes Maxim the best thing to happen to men since women?
Well, women like me on the cover, obviously.
Obviously.
They can't have us, they can't touch us, but they can feel us through this.
We do.
Absolutely. And now that brings me to Mr. Vivek, the editor of Maxim, who I would have to say has the most enviable job in the entire world. Am I right?
Absolutely. It's like I died to heaven.
There you go. Now I have to ask you, how is Maxim and Amisha Patel the perfect fit?
Well, I think she's pretty much answered the question. Maxim stands for everything which is bold, sexy, classy, and sophisticated. And I don't think anything personifies that better than Ameesha. So I guess we're right there.
I think you've hit the nail on the hammer. And I have to ask you, now you've shot with Amisha 3 times for the cover, but why did you choose her for the sex and relationship issue?
Both of which are lacking in my life right now.
Well, that kind of answers my question as well.
I guess that's why I become more attractive to all the men who think they can have me still. I'm available.
Well, that's kind of the answer, pretty much. Thank you for that. You pretty much answered my question. It's like we have 5 or 6 products at Maxim, and sex is obviously one of the top products at Maxim. We every year try and figure out how we can help men get more sexual happiness, to be honest. And that's pretty much culminated every year in one special issue. Amisha has, from being, like she said, the girl next door to make this hot, sexy diva, and which is why it made perfect sense to bring her back in this new that nobody's seen her before.
And how has she evolved over the 3 covers?
She just gets hotter and hotter. I don't know how. I just don't know how.
Actually, when I arrived at the shoot, I think the reactions I got while I was shooting was like, is this really happening, from the people? And then after I finished, they're like, do you regress? Do you go back? Even when I was being interviewed, the first question that they asked me was, how do you manage to look younger and sexier year after year? I mean, it just stuns us. And I was just blown that people think like that.
So what is your secret?
Well, I think I've answered that in the magazine because they did ask me that question. I said it's a mixture of good genes, a disciplined lifestyle, a little bit of working out, and a very hyper personality, which is, the reason why I have such a high metabolism. I'm overly hyper, so that helps.
That's lovely, thank you very much. And I have to ask Mr. Ranju to please say a few words. And I believe, sir, you're also gifting Amisha with a framed cover, if we can get that. Your very own framed cover. There you go. Thank you.
Hold on. So just hold closer. Amisha, right side here. Amisha, over here. Amisha. Over here, everyone. Amisha, down over here, everyone. Amisha, yes, thank you. Your right side, Amisha. So it's solo photo. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much. And would you like to...
World is what we say is going to change everything. The experience you had till date, this product is going to change that. That's what we call, this skin is what changes everything. And this magazine along with Amisha, is going to change India as what they have seen till date on a common. Thank you so much.
Very well put. Well, then, I would like to thank Ameesha Patel, Mr. Mohan and Mr. Farid for making this a very special night, and to our friends in the media, you'll all get a one-on-one chance with Ameesha Patel to answer all your questions. Right now, it's time for a photo opportunity and get ready to party. Ladies and gentlemen, also a huge special round of applause for our media partners, Parul Chavla from Picture and Craft. Thank you very much. Thank you very much and have a great night.
स्पेशल रहा और मुझे लगा था कि बहुत मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी क्योंकि एनिवर्सरी इशू है, बहुत एक्सपेक्टेशंस हाई थे, स्पेशली बिकॉज ये तीसरी बार है जो मैं मैक्सिम के कवर और इनसाइड पे फीचर हो रही हूँ, लेकिन शूट एकदम 3-4 घंटे में स्मूथली चली गई एंड मुझे पता ही नहीं चला कब शूट स्टार्ट और कब ख़त्म हुआ और रिजल्ट इतने अच्छे आ गए, तो एक्सपीरियंस बहुत ही बढ़िया रहा।
खास बात इस फोटोशूट के लिए
वेल ये फ़ोटोशूट एक्चुअली अनप्लान थी। मैंने कपड़े ना तो पहले देखे थे, स्टाइलिस्ट जब आई थी मेरे ऑफिस हमने काफ़ी डिस्कशंस किए कि ये लुक्स होने चाहिए, वो लुक्स होने चाहिए, लेकिन जब शूट पे पहुंचे तो सब चीज़ें जो मुझे पसंद आई सब ब्लैक में थी, तो उन्होंने सोचा कि वाई नॉट कीप इट अ ब्लैक एडिशन कम्प्लीटली एंड दैट वाज समथिंग न्यू और रिजल्ट आप सामने देख ही रहे हो एंड इट वाज सो क्विक एंड आई थिंक कि ये मेरे लिए एक नया एक्सपीरियंस था क्योंकि डब्बू के साथ मैं बहुत फ़ोटोशूट कर चुकी हूँ, फिल्मी फ़ोटोशूट भी, बाकी मैगज़ीन्स के लिए भी, लेकिन ये अल्ट्रा ग्लैम, अल्ट्रा सेक्सी डीवा फ़ोटोशूट शायद पहली दफ़ा किया है मैंने।
जाने से काफ़ी सेक्सी लग रहे हो आप, तो सेक्स और रिलेशन पे ये मैगज़ीन है तौर पे, तो क्या कहेंगे इस बारे में, सेक्स एंड रिलेशनशिप?
वेल आई थिंक दे गो हैंड इन हैंड एंड बोथ आर नीडेड फॉर अ हेल्दी रिलेशनशिप।
Somewhere down the track, sex and relationship less in your life. So would you like to add something?
No, all I'm saying is I'm not in a relationship. I'm very single right now. So I guess I'm the correct cover girl for the magazine because at least I'm not taken.
What keeps you busy nowadays?
Well, I've got my film Desi Magic that's going on at Bhayaji Super with Sunny Deol. Desi Magic is my first film from Amisha Patel Productions, which is currently being shot. And I'm busy with that until the end of the year. So busy with that and other endorsements and shoots. Well, I would like to say to the viewers, thank you very much for having me be so popular with the magazine and wanting me back all the time and giving me the privilege to be on the cover of a special edition anniversary issue and for the third time in a row, and I hope I break all records by coming again and again on this cover.
Kumar.